Hello everybody and welcome to our Final Fantasy tier list, and right now we're talking about Dark Knights. There is no Dark Knights in Final Fantasy 16. Haha, I joked. There is one, so beware of spoilers. Oh, you mean your character? I was like, I don't remember an NPC named that. You're right. Oh, okay, well Burger's gonna have to add you now. So we're gonna talk about the Dark Knights of Final Fantasy, and there isn't actually that many. But the very first one is gonna be easy. It's Leon, and he goes in D tier. Oh my god. Why is he in D tier, you say? Well, many reasons actually. He betrays you, he fights you, he does join you, but his angry shin pads. I can't get over it. Honestly, yes, Leon will be good by the time he joins your party in Final Fantasy II, but it's just not a good character. Why would he side with the villain? Like, don't tell me, oh, Endy, he did it because he was desperate and he had nothing else. I don't give a shit. He's a bad character. I hate him. End of story. Tell me if I'm wrong, because I don't know. Does anybody in this chat right now, does anybody ever really like Leon in Final Fantasy II or in YouTube comments? Let me know if you like Leon, and please tell me why. You never played FF2. He joins very late game after you beat him up once or twice, at least once. I don't know, he's just, like I said, fourth party member in FF2, they're just not that good. They're never really that memorable. Even though this is the last party member and like your permanent party member when he joins, he's just... I found it ridiculous that, yes, so at the beginning of the game you give him a name and he's gone for the whole game. It's just... He's not good. Final Fantasy 1 didn't have a Dark Knight, but Final Fantasy 3 has a Dark Knight, and this is going to be another one where Dark Knights in FF3 are incredibly broken. Refresh, okay. Dark Knight and FF3 are very broken. You know why? Darkness. So yes, they hurt themselves when they attack, but holy shit, they are strong. One of the few classes that will AoE with equal damage without like magic. I always have a Dark Knight in Final Fantasy 3 every single time. Better third seat than third wheel. I'm gonna put you right here, you go here, perfect. Then we have Final Fantasy 4 Dark Knight Cecil. So you don't really get to play as a Dark Knight for very long, but when you do, you're a bad guy. I think Cecil is meant to be the paladin. I think he does good. Like the game start really well. You're the Dark Knight, but you're the evil guy, and then you feel bad, and then you become a paladin, and you face your inner darkness. I think he's B tier. I think when we think of a Dark Knight, we think of Cecil, right? He doesn't last long enough for us to be like, what's a level 99 Dark Knight like in Final Fantasy 4? I don't know. I don't grind that level at all. He's pretty average, like, I don't know. Like, I'm not a big fan of Cecil. I find him pretty average. Its Dark Knight is powerful, sure, but... Worth A? No. Worth S? Definitely not. I think B is pretty fair for him. He's a main character. I think that's pretty fair. Is Pippin a... Yes, Pippin, well, he's technically a Dark Knight, but he's not darkness, you know? That's tough. I'm just anti-FF4. Rydia was S tier. What are you talking about? But he's weak. Oh yeah? Did they nerf him? Why would they nerf him? So that's FF4. In FF5, no Dark Knights. FF6? Nope. FF7? Nope. FF8? Nope. FF9? Nope. FF10? Nope. FF10-2 does bring back the Dark Knight, and in FF10-2, Dark Knight is incredibly powerful. It is very annoying to get though, and if you were here on part of our low percent challenge, of Final Fantasy X-2. Every time I play X-2, I forget how to unlock the Dark Knight. I know exactly where it is. I just forget the stupid puzzle to unlock it. But let me tell you, it is worth it every single time. Pair a Dark Knight with an Alchemist, and you can beat anything in the game. My very, very first run of Final Fantasy X-2 was Dark Knight, Alchemist. Nothing, not even super bosses, could beat me. The healing potency of Alchemist would be better, like the heals would be stronger than the HP cost of my Darkness skill. Like, it was just so good. Dark Knights, do not sleep on them. If you're struggling, if for some reason, if you're struggling in Final Fantasy X-2, switch to Dark Knight, you will have zero problems. He doesn't have the Darkness ability. Oh, he doesn't. Okay, they removed a bunch of stuff outside of Japan, but why? Why would they change it? Like, specifically to Dark Knight. Like, was it too dark and edgy? Like, who knows? In Final Fantasy XIV, there is my friend Lethalin, who plays Vendrell, and he's a Dark Knight, and he's pretty S tier. He's pretty S tier. He's never let us down. You should also switch to Dark Knight when tanking in 14. I play Warrior. D for Darkness. D for damn, I like Leth. I think Leth is a great tank. It's a great character. Not at all biased or anything. But we're gonna S tier for that one. Can't really speak for Dark Knights in general in Final Fantasy XIV just because I have it at level 51, 61 maybe? And then I refreshed just in case, but indeed it is the case. Pippin is also a solid character in Final Fantasy XIV. He is a Dark Knight of not the Darkness variety. He's just got a giant sword. That's it. In Final Fantasy XV, we do not have a Dark Knight. Pippin is the best Lala, except maybe Nanamo. And maybe Kanjin and Fitz. It's not a giant sword. It's technically like a dagger, but he's just really small. In Final Fantasy XVI, we have the Darkness in the Darkness. Yes, the Darkness. The Dark Knight into Barnabas. Okay. My opinions on Barnabas. He's batshit crazy. For multiple reasons. He's also a mama's boy, which that never really hits anything with me. Very cool fight. Cool character. Incredibly powerful. Summons. Adds like... And the ads have personality and a voice and all of this. Like, this is weird. But I play Odin better than him, so... I can actually, he's not that Sukin, and he doesn't, so... I'm gonna put him in B tier. Not my favorite character. I do love most of the characters in Final Fantasy XVI, but he's not a bad character. But he's not top 10 type of deal. So I'm gonna drop him in B tier. I don't think he's C because he's very important, very powerful. Odin is the only, Barnabas / Odin is the only other icon that Bahamut / Dion is kind of worried about. And so he can't be below than B tier. But I don't like him, so B tier is where, top of B tier. Very average, well-balanced character, not mentally, but you know. In Type 0, so we put her into Dark Knight because she's got a sight, so you know, dark and edgy. But we have Cease. Or Sice, I guess. I hated using her actually. And I know that a lot of people love her, but like her skill set felt really awkward to me. And she bounces around a little bit and it threw me off. I just wasn't a fan. I was not a fan of playing her. She looks cool. Her weapon is very unique. I think in all of the Final Fantasies, other than Final Fantasy XIV's Reaper, she is the only Final Fantasy character with a scythe. Can anybody confirm or deny that? I cannot think of any other characters that fight with a scythe. Can't think of it. Mechanics set are super well designed in a vacuum, but they don't really work well in Type 0. Like, she looks really cool, and like seeing her AI do things looks crazy, but then when I tried to do these things, nah. Oh, Doomsicle! Oh my god. You mean the stupid weapon that revives a bunch of bosses? Then it leaves us to Final Fantasy Tactics Dark Knights. So the Dark Knight character is, we all know it, it's Gafgarian. I hate his face. I hate his face. I just hate his face, yeah. That's it. He's important for the story. He's useful for 2 fights. Hate the one-on-one, but it's not the worst one-on-one. I just hate his face. I just do. In the Final Fantasy Tactics PSP version, War of the Lions, playable characters could actually switch into Dark Knight by mastering Ninja Black Mage and Samurai. Back in the days where Final Fantasy Tactics came out, there was a rumor that you could unlock Dark Knight by having Ramza eat Gafgarian's crystal. That's all fake. That's not true. It doesn't happen at all. Which is kind of funny, but that's not a thing. Yeah, so you had to master Knight and Black Mage and get Dragoon, Samurai, Geomancer, and Ninja to level 8. One of the most powerful jobs found in the PSP version of Final Fantasy Tactics, which was really good. But my uncle that works in Nintendo, I like that you pulled that joke, fully knowing that Tactics was not on Nintendo. So the Dark Knight had, if I remember correctly, only the 2 abilities that were really kind of stand out. We had the Drain HP and the Drain MP ability. I had used Dark Knight a lot in the PSP version because I played that game a lot. Very strong, just no matter what, the Dark Knight is an endgame class. There's no way that you can unlock this before Chapter 4 unless all you do is grind. It's very strong. It has a good payoff for the amount of grind that you have to do to unlock it. But I don't know that it's S tier. There's better jobs, like you might as well just run Ninja with 2 swords. 2 hands? 2 hands. And I think you'll do, no, 2 swords. 2 hands is 2 hands for 1 weapon. 2 swords. How many swords? Very, very strong Dark Knight class. But I don't recommend planning to have a full team of Dark Knights. You're not gonna have a fun time. So A tier, bottom of A tier, there's only 2, so it's easy, but yeah. Dark Knight is good, but it requires the grind. I don't think they're better than Barnabas though, so I think I'm gonna drop them in B tier actually. Again, it's the payoff versus the grind. Better than Anya Knight? Maybe. Maggie's sister Cindy has a scythe? Okay, yeah, that's about it. Tactics Advanced main antagonist has a scythe. Yeah, but they're not really a Dark Knight. They're more like the asshole class. But I think that's it as far as Dark Knights go. What do you think about my ranking? I do believe the strongest Dark Knight is Final Fantasy X-2s, followed by 3. Yeah. Yeah, I think that would be where I put everybody. I think that's a fair ranking. The best villain in Final Fantasy history also wields one. Which one is that? I'm trying to think. 7, no. 8, no. 9, no. 10, no. 11, don't know. 12, no. 13, no. 14, well. 15, no. 16, he's already there. Which one is the best villain in Final Fantasy history? Xenos? Please. Mystic Quest? No. Xenos? Nah. Nah. I don't even know we put him in there. But yeah, so let me know if you agree or disagree with any of these ranking. I will take a screenshot. These are my final answer. Let me know what you think.